Good evening, class. This week's video, I'll be going over Chapter 10 of the text, creating a community of learners. As with my other videos, I'll be going over some of the key learning objectives and some of my opinions or takeaways from these chapters, or this chapter. To begin, we want to identify some of the factors that determine the culture of a classroom. And the text states classroom culture is determined by the ability of the teacher to develop a good, positive environment. This is an environment that meets each individual student's needs and takes into account diversity. So as you can see, as with the other chapters, diversity playing a huge factor in creating a positive opportunity for students to learn. Some of the other things, a huge factor in creating a positive culture in your classroom is the dynamics of the classroom, and that plays into your relationship with the students. If the students believe that you truly do care about their success, you truly do care about them and their opportunity to learn, I feel you'll have a huge benefit and allow for that positive climate to show in your classroom. Another huge component in that is communication skills. You must have effective communication skills. If not, it's going to be nearly impossible to get your point across, to be able to provide that instruction or those lessons to improve your students. And another piece which is a little more different, a little more difficult, and that's the actual interaction amongst the students. While you can provide an area to allow for positive interaction, it's still going to be kind of incumbent on the students, in my opinion, to be able to communicate effectively with each other, interact effectively with each other. But I think you do have a great opportunity based on your rules and your procedures in class to allow for positive interaction with your students. And that goes into the next learning objective, which is how to create a positive learning environment. And again, a huge part of your climate, having your classroom dynamics, also plays into your positive learning environment, which is showing a genuine interest in your students. Really to care for them. Another component in that is making the classroom physically and aesthetically inviting. If you go into a classroom, I'm sure we've all been in some of those classrooms where you walk in and it's just bare. Really hasn't put any, the teacher really hasn't put any effort into creating that environment to allow for learning. But then I'm sure you've also been on the other side, as I have, where you walk in and you see, work from other students. You see decorations that play into the subject that you're working on, or pieces of work from students to see what you might be working on later. But it gets you excited. It gets you excited to learn. It's pleasing to the eye, and it makes you want to be there. It's a huge, obviously a huge point. You want to be there. You want to have that positive impact. So the next, one of the next learning objectives that I got was, which is huge, I think, is classroom management. Keys to classroom management. Speaking to my wife, one of the biggest problems that she sees with new teachers is classroom management. It's really something that's kind of hard to just teach right off the fly. But I think one of the key components, or the key, I guess that's my word for the week, components, but one of the key pieces to that is to establish a positive learning environment. So again, plays into each one of these key learning objectives are playing into each other. If someone's there to learn, they're not really worried about creating a problem in your classroom. They're more excited to learn. So you want to, again, create a classroom, a caring classroom, a caring environment. But one of the key things I think is having clear set rules and procedures. If the student comes in and they understand what they're there for, what they should and shouldn't be doing, and having things in order and structured, I think it keeps students on task. So really minimizes their opportunity to become an issue in the classroom. And then we go into some of the other things to create the positive learning environments as methods of effective teachers. One of the things that I've seen a lot, and I do it myself, modeling when I coach. One of the things I do is model. I'll describe something I'm doing, then I'll show you how to do it, and then I'll have you come back and do it yourself. And then we'll adjust from there. If it's something you're picking up or some pieces you're missing, I can always go back and model and show again. So I think modeling is one of those huge factors. But again, in this chapter, we want to look at creating those positive learning environment, that community of learning, to make things interesting for a student and make them want to be there, make them want to learn. Because once you get that, I think you've won half the battle. Having somebody wanting to be there, wanting to learn. Now it's just up to you to deliver the proper lessons. So thank you for watching my video this week, and I'll see you soon. Thank you.